doing today? Good, good. We have Rasel with us this week. How are you?
Hey, you got it right. That's so dope. I always feel honored when somebody gets it right.
How you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling, I don't know. I'm just here. I'm living.
Good, good.
I'm alive.
All right. Well, we're very excited to learn more about you and listen to you play some music and sing later. So, all right, let's get into it. Tell us about yourself. How old are you? Where are you from? How long you been in the music game?
I'm 25. I've been making music for like the last 4 or 5 years, since like 2017, I think. And then I'm also from Vallejo, California. You know, it's like a place that's been contributing to Northern California for like the last couple of decades in music, just like slang
For sure.
and many other things. So yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
Cool. And have you always been interested in music, or was there maybe like a situation that kind of turned you onto it and made you realize like this is what I want to do?
I think it's always been around me. That's probably what it really is, cause like coming from like the Crest area of Vallejo is like has like a lot of like generational like type of music. Like there's people from this decade that made music like Can Function, this and that. They're not from that area, but they're from Vallejo. So it's just like they made music and then it switched over to like people like the Mac, who came before Mac Dre and kind of gave him his name pretty much. And then there's Mac Dre, and then you have like people that came along like the rest of Thays and stuff. So it was like I was always around it, always seen it around the neighborhood, and then like didn't really pay no mind to it because I used to honestly, my dad used to be like, "We're going to go see Dre," and I was like, "We're going to go see Dre," and I was like, "Oh, Dr. Dre," like as a kid, and then but really it was really him. My dad used to bring me around him, so it was like it was kind of like a thing that was always there. But I took a liking into drawing first before music. I didn't really think I was gonna make music, but I like music. I like. I used to always fake wave perform Usher songs, like when my mom used to have like get-togethers in the living room
I love that.
and stuff. So it's just like that's what I used to do, and then I never really thought about it until like I think me and my best friend Sav were like walking home from like elementary, like 6th grade. We're talking about wanting to be on Wild 'N Out and freestyling, and then it started from there, pretty much.
That's cool.
And yeah, so.
So you mentioned your dad. Is your dad also a musician?
Nah, my dad's just.
He just likes music.
I don't even know what that man likes, to be honest.
Okay.
He's a mystery, but nah, he's into music, but no, nobody I can really think of. Really, I mean, I do have an uncle though. He was in this group called the Louis. He goes by the name Rock, but he comes from like a musical background. He's like that guy that you've been knowing for a long time that you call your uncle. So.
Okay.
But he's one of them. He's like the closest thing.
That's cool. How does
Pretty
your
much.
family like your music? Do they like to support you? I mean, that's your niece in the audience today.
Oh, yeah, that's the number one supporter right there. I said that's my sidekick.
That's cool.
But honestly, I'd be shocked when they say they like it. I don't, because I just be in my own little world. Like when I tell you that I tune myself out and space myself out, I'm not like a super present person, which may sound bad depending on how you perceive it, but it's like I'm more so always in my own world. So it's just like when I hear about somebody likes my music, like usually like kind of shocked, like, oh really, like cool, like okay, like that's pretty dope. Or like my mom be like, oh I heard this, like who played that for you, like
That's cool.
because I didn't play that for you, but but yeah, but it's super dope seeing their reactions. And then my little brother, he's not here, but he's like I guess my dad says he's like my other number one fan. So
That's great.
even though he bags on me a lot, so it's just like I don't really see it. So
I mean, he's your brother. You gotta give it to you a little bit.
True.
That's cool. Well, Sunday Morning Vibes is about like highlighting local talent, right? So, can you give like a little shout out to some of the local producers that you like to work with?
Local that I like to work with,
Or maybe local to your hometown.
Local to my hometown. Shout out to that man in the crowd right there. They both be producing, and they go crazy with the bars, and they inspire me a lot as of lately, like for like the last couple of months. So it's like they been making me push myself. Like they don't see it, but I be really like trying to push the envelope. But And then there's my best friend named Shelly. He's a really dope producer from Fairfield. Super sick, super underrated. And yeah, I think those three is like the main three I would really want to work with. Like just on a like full on project, like a serious project, not just like a single, but just have something cohesive and has like a narrative to it. But yeah, and then there's a couple more artists. They're not producers, but they're artists.
We can share those too.
She's not here yet, but shout out to my friend Amani. She's a singer from SAC. She's like a hidden gem. I don't know why she hasn't put nothing out yet. I'm putting her on blast, but it don't matter. but she's super fire. Like her pen, her voice, just how she structures stuff is just crazy. So I can't wait to see what she puts out. And then there's another person too. Man, y'all got me doing shout-outs. I couldn't wait to do these shout-outs. Who's it? Oh, one person I really want to work with that produces is Rex Life Raj. Super dope, like, and super inspirational to like my palette and me as an artist. Okay. I didn't know he produced until like last year.
That's cool. All right, thank you for the shout out. Let's kind of bring it back to you. You say your palette, your art. I listen to your music. I really like it.
Thank you.
I appreciate the vulnerability in it. Can you talk a little bit about your music making process? Like, is it something that you kind of have to be in a specific inspirational space, or what inspires you? What gets you motivated to write, and why specifically have you gone this route with your music versus maybe like a different genre?
I think my process is more so abstract. Like, I don't know where I'm going to take it pretty much. Like, it's all over the place at first. Like, it's gotten really abstract. Because before, it just was strictly writing. Like, I'll shut everything off and have the beat playing and then, like, freestyle to it for, like, a couple hours. And then once I get, like, that certain bar to start with, I knew it was a bar. Like, if it was something, like, crazy or just, like, something that start off with, like, a lot of power. And then now it's to the point to where, like, I have hooks stuck in my head. I don't even write it down. Like, I'll sing it repeatedly and sing the words repeatedly, and then, like, while playing the beat. And then I might get tired of it because my process is also slow. So it's just, like, because I like to take my time with structuring stuff and, like, figuring out what I want to say, how I want to say it, where do I want to say it at, and, like, you know, like, at some point in the verse. So, and then it's gotten to the point to where I don't know if I'm getting lazy or if I'm really like just jumping and going ahead first. Like sometimes I don't finish writing the whole verse. Like I'll go in there with like maybe 8 bars and then finish like in the other 8 or like 16 with like off the top of the head. Not like completely straight through, but you know, punch in, punch out, punch in. It's like a new thing I'm new to. So, but it's super fun. It makes it super intriguing because like beforehand, like you get like this standard that you're supposed to record it straight through. You can, but I feel like just doing the whole punch ins and punch outs, like you give yourself more space to add more personality to like your songs and your verses and who you are and your words and your syllables. Like that's really important. That's something that I recently learned. Like there's nothing wrong with punching in at first because I was like a rapidy rap, like bar for bar type of person. Like, nah, I'm gonna rap this through. We're gonna punch in halfway through. But it was just like, nah, bro, just punch in, bro. Like it works. It still sounds natural at the end of the day when it's all done. But yeah, the process is completely abstract. It's like all over the place.
That's cool though. That's sometimes the best way to make music. It's the most
I think
natural.
When you give yourself like a strict rule on how to do stuff, you kind of limit yourself. So I never wanted to follow like rules, like, and plus I always got in trouble as a kid, so I feel like that goes against the grain. Like they're following like the rules all the time, like just musically, because some people they make these rules, but they're really gatekeeping with how to do stuff, and it's just like there's so many ways we can approach things and so many different innovative ways. So the creative process is different, and then one more thing I like to do is just self-reflect on everything, because I don't want to just write it. Yeah. So.
What do you mean about tell us a little bit more?
Like if I'm going through it, like if my life is like going through like complete turmoil, like I'm going through the ringer, like I don't like to write it when I'm completely like angry and wild up. Like I like to write it more so like when I'm like all calmed and settled down and like seeing it from like a different point of view rather than just my point of view. That's normally how it is with me. Like
That's good. It sounds like it's a very healthy way for you to kind of process.
Yeah, it helps with dealing with stuff too, because I don't like to linger and hold on to stuff a lot. So I just like to record it. If I don't talk about it to nobody or anything or vent it, 9 times out of 10 it's going to be recorded. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
And would you say that most of your music stems from like personal experiences, or?
From personal and from like conversations like with friends and like about what they go through, how they feel. Like I take that into initiative too in writing certain things, and then like, but more so overall, it comes from my own experience and what I've been through. So.
Well, it sounds like you have a good knowledge of music as far as like when you were speaking on the process. Is that something you kind of just learned from working with people or being around music, or did you like go to school for music at all?
I didn't. I took one class for it, but my issue is that I had no way to get to the class in the morning. So I think I got a D in that class. Like, but it's ironic because that's the thing that I love. So it's just like, but it was for engineering. So I have like a slight knowledge on engineering, but it's more so like with the writing process and like how I do stuff. I can talk all day about it pretty much and explain that. But as for going to school for it, I thought about it, but then it's just like life takes a hold of you, and then you got so many things to do. So it's just like, nah, maybe sometime in the like near future.
Yeah.
But being self-taught though is something that's kind of like, I don't know. It's something that we really take pride in, I think, in this generation, because it's like we go to YouTube University now, so and that's that's all free. Like you ain't got to pay for nothing, unless you pay for one of their classes or whatever they have on the side and the link in the bio. But other than that, it's just like it's all. You get stuff off of YouTube. You can teach yourself anything. Like I literally taught myself how to draw from like stick figures to like Akira Toriyama like type of style characters, like Dragon Ball Z to stick figures, like from stick figures. But it's just like, so to me that just showed me that okay, I can literally do anything I put my mind to.
And do your drawing and your music ever like collide? Like would you ever want to do like album art or something?
I retired off of that. I'm having that man draw in the crowd, the one in the black beat with the do-rag.
Very cool.
He's about to be drawing everything. Drippy. AKA J Rip. Nah, it's not J Rippy, but it's Drippy with a J. It's JRIPPY. You can find him on everything, but yeah. So it's just like with that, I'm so rusty at it that I don't have the patience for it. Like I'd rather just make music. I feel like because I actually have to sit down, and normally like I'm always moving around, always up on the go. So it's just like with music, you can literally just like move around and do stuff. But it's just like with drawing, I have to sit down and take my time with it. But I don't have that same built up patience for it, unfortunately. I do want to get back into it though. Like, but I just have to figure out, it's like the kind of like divine timing. Like you kind of gotta wait for the right timing to get back into stuff.
Yes, I like that phrase, divine timing. Why did you choose specifically that? Like, do you feel like maybe in your music journey, divine timing is a part of that, or?
Yeah, because I also want to like get into painting, but I just know that I'm not in the mindset for it right now. Like, like so it's kind of like more so like when I'm ready to do it.
I think it's interesting that you have a desire to expand as an artist too. I think a lot of times artists sometimes tend to stick to what they're good at and like in that realm instead of challenging and seeing how they can spread that into other things. So
yeah, because I definitely want to grow as like other than the artist, but grow as like an individual and like as a businessman. So I do want to learn like a whole bunch of stuff. Like I still want to take a real estate class and get into real estate because that's good side money too. Like just stuff from like a different perspective, and also like run like merchandise and all that other stuff. Like even though most artists do that, but some of them aren't really like running behind it. They have other people taking control over it, which I found out recently. So it's just like it's interesting because you see some people just stick to music, and this is like one thing. Like if we're really good at it, so be it. Like we don't do it for free, but it's just like there's always so much more like out there, pretty much. So
yeah,
and I definitely want to expand and get into more. I thought about getting into acting, but I don't know how to get into acting. So I'll just like
you never know, networking, right? You might meet someone who's into it, can plug you.
definitely. because that's like a whole different space to get into. I think it's more like you kind of gotta find like it's like a secret opening. Like you have to find that person that knows somebody to get you into like the gig or something.
Divine timing, right? You never know.
No, it's all divine timing.
I want to bring it back to your music for a minute. So you released a single back in July, right? Field Trip.
Oh, Field Trip, yeah.
Can you share a little bit about the process of creating that? What was your inspiration? Like,
it's funny. I was having a conversation about with this girl, and then we just sit in the car listening to beats, and then like we were just talking about like how like people were when we were growing up compared to how they are now. I was like, yeah, some people seem like, you know, it's like you see a lot of fraudulent stuff growing up, like in every city. I feel like you see a lot of people that don't want to be themselves, and then like a lot of people that smile in your face and don't really like you. Like they don't want to say they don't like you, but they'll still smile in your face every time they see you, which I'm not too fond of. Like my thing is, if you don't like me, then just say that. Just let it be that, and we can be where we are and know where we stand, type of thing, you know. So it stemmed from a lot of that, and for me being honest, like I see a lot of people that were never like street people that wait until like they're like almost 30 to hop off and be in the streets. It's like it's kind of too late for that, buddy. Like you should be getting a job and paying for a house right now and starting a family. Like what are you doing? Like I understand when times get hard, but it stemmed from that a lot, like just seeing fraudulent stuff like that, and then like people not willing to be themselves, and then like it was just a song about talking. I can cuss, right? about talking shit, pretty much. Like you just because it stemmed from another song where it's called "Talk My Shit." Like, but I wanted this to be like something more like of substance and more like brutal honesty. Like, because I remember before I put it out, I was just like, man, even though like it hasn't got like that reception yet, because I think I haven't put a video out just yet, but I was talking to one of my friends. He's like, bro, you gonna piss people off with this. And I was just like, I am? He's just like, yeah. And he's like, bro, you gonna start the conversations. You have people pointing the finger at each other like, nah, this person fake too. Like, you have the women, like, he's like, he's like, once it gets like a certain amount of attention that you want it to get, like, and you get to a certain point, it's gonna start a conversation within like the whole town and different places where that's happening at. And,
how do you feel about that?
I don't know. I really don't know. I just, because at the end of the day, I'm just speaking my mind. Like, if it, like, he also said that people are going to be pissed off. And I was just like, that's cool. Like, they can talk. We can sit down and have a talk. We can sit down and have tea. Like, pretty much, and talk about it. But it's more so, like, my lines and my lyrics is more so, like, if the shoe fits. Like, it's always generalized. It's never really pointed at, like, one specific person or anything. It can be derived and inspired from them, but stuff like that, subject matter like that in songs is more so like generalized, just so it can have like more relatability. Because if it's just focused on one person and you're targeting one person, I feel like some people might feel it, other people might not. So it's just like that song is for surely like one of those songs where it's like talk on my chest and I'm standing on everything I'm saying, pretty much. So yeah, and it's also one of my favorites.
Cool, I like that. I mean, it's important to speak your mind.
Highly important, very vital.
So you said that you haven't put a video out for that. Is there a plan?
Oh yeah, we're setting that in motion right now. We're figuring out like the theme for it. We already got the location. We just need like extras and stuff. So we're gonna be getting that in order soon. But I can't wait because it's just like the song sounds like chaotic to me. So it's just like it sounds like I'm walking through a bunch of chaos and a bunch of bullshit. So I'm here for it.
That's cool. I'm excited to see.
Yeah, because our plan is just to put out, if I'm not recording, my plan is just to start working on more videos, really, because I got into, like, I have this director friend named Splash. He runs this platform called Splash Bakery, but I did a video called Callouts with him, like, last year, I think, like, in May. We didn't put it out until, like, August, but I was, like, the first video on his channel, but he helped me get into like a directorial type of mindset with how I want stuff to be, and Nick can pick, like, he let me come to his house and Nick can pick a certain scenes, like, I don't like that, we should switch this with this one, like, and even like suggest reshoots for certain stuff, and no videographer has ever done that for me. It's always like a one and done, like, even if I didn't like the video, I'm like, what, like, you want your art to look presentable, right? I feel like it doesn't
Yeah.
look to my standards, so it's just like I want it to look presentable for me too, because this is important to me. So it's like a collaborative process. But then I understood how they go through the process of rendering and the process before that in post, and it's a tedious process too with doing videos. So it made me understand and feel for videographers more.
Yes.
And
Editing.
understand the reason why they be so pissed off when one person say, "Hey, bro, I like the video, but can you change this?" Like, so
Yeah, that little short little second edit is a while behind the scenes.
Yeah, so, but we're definitely gonna get a video figured out for that one. We got the basis of the treatment ready, and yeah, and also that's my friend Imani, the singer that I was telling you guys about.
He shouted you out earlier. Yeah. We were talking about local artists that he, wants to collab with, and he shouted you out.
The plug off the love, but yeah, we're doing a video for Field Trip, and then there's another video I want to do for the song called Feel No Way. I'm performing that later, but it's like one of my favorite unreleases. So yeah,
Excited to hear it. And you recently had a visual for Better Alone, right?
Yeah.
And that had like over 17K views on IG. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's
That's
a little something
good.
light.
It's okay to flex a little bit. You could be happy about it.
Just gonna baby flex a little bit, But yeah, it got 17K views. It's crazy because I was just running the promo, like running as an ad.
Oh, 17.5.
I wasn't even paying attention to that.
Update.
I just let it be, just let it sit there. But it was funny because I think that was the ad post where at first I had the wrong link connected to the ad.
Oh.
And so the old video had got like a couple hundred views when I ran it the first time, and then I was like, and I clicked on the link. I was like, this is the wrong video, and I was like, damn. So then like I had to change the link because you can't stop it mid campaign, which I wish you could. It would make it way more easier, but I think it'll mess with like the algorithm of like the how it flows ad wise, but. Yeah, so it got 17K. I was surprised. I was just like, that's crazy. And it's like at like, I think 700 likes. So I'm just like, I never reached like past like 200. So
that's really good.
That's the thing that had me shocked. I was like, whoa. Like,
that's like, 17,000 people is pretty much a small stadium. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much, yeah.
So
yeah,
it's
just
that much of reach. That's
different targeting and different, like, just learning different stuff along the way. So that's what it taught us, like, because we talked about, like, how to do promo stuff, like, as a group, pretty much, and how we're going to, like, approach stuff, and then approach stuff individually, too. So it's like we're all trading off knowledge with each other, which is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Because nowadays it's rare you get, like, free game from anybody, like, and if they give it out, they want to charge you. Well, I don't know anybody that charges for it, but I know some people come with, like, a price or, like, a favor or something, but we definitely trade knowledge with each other, like me and most of my friends, and like if they figure out something, they'll come and tell us about it like later on, like because we don't go asking, because I don't like asking. I'm like, nah, I'm just letting them do them, and then they'll bring it up. I'm like, okay, hey, so I can ask you about it, right? And then yeah, that's what normally happens.
It's important to have a team. That's good.
Yeah.
And did you have like the direction of your creative vision for the visual you released?
For Better Alone, kind of, but I like the idea that the videographer J77 had for me. Shout out to him too, super dope videographer. But I liked his vision because I sent him the song. I sent him a whole slew of songs. He chose that one, and then he like on the spot sent me like a whole like how he wants the video to be like
a
just
storyboard,
like a whole storyboard and everything, and then it's just like it happened so fast. I'm like, you really want to do this video, huh? And he's like, yeah. I was just like, okay, like I trust your vision. Like, all right, like I trust you. And then like, cause I sent him other stuff too, but I was just surprised that he chose that one. And then cause that song had just got like a write up on Lyrical Lemonade, like I think prior to that. And then he didn't know it until after he chose the video. And then, like, it was the same situation with the Lyrical Lemonade thing. Like, I sent it to a writer. I sent him multiple songs he told me to. And then he chose that song. So he chose Better Alone. And I was like, oh, like, okay, like, I just sent you these two. He's like, oh, no, all the other ones are good, but this one, I like this one. And I'm like, okay, got you, noted. So I will shoot a video to this one.
Nice.
And yeah, so it's always that unexpected one that you like kind of just push off to the side. You just put it out to put it out. And then it's like people like really fuck with it. And it's just like, okay, like this is different. It's a different feel because I wanted you to fuck with this song, but this song would do. Like,
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So.
But sometimes that kind of just highlights that, like, your more natural vulnerability of just wanting to make something can hit different than, like, creating with something in mind.
Oh, yeah, definitely facts. Because when I wrote that song, I actually wrote it, like, 5 years ago.
I was going to ask, like, what... Can you share, was it inspired by something specific that you wrote about?
It was inspired by a breakup and then dealing with a whole, normal breakup stuff, sad boy things. And then and also like kind of like separating yourself from a certain crowd of friends that weren't really like basically making you feel like you're locked in a cage, like make you feel like you're not like, they're not really friends. Like you feel like they're rubbing on you and you're like, not being yourself anymore, and then you realize that you're probably better off just being by yourself pretty much eventually. Like you got to separate from these people because you can really get better alone pretty much. All puns intended. But yeah, so it was from those type of situations, and then like it was easy because I think I was in the state of just like just sad, just like writing it, and then it was intended for another beat, and then like it was I don't know. I just found this beat on YouTube, and then because my friend Shelly had produced another beat called Chances, and I was writing it to that, and then I found that beat, and it more so matched the vibe of that beat, and I was just like, nah. I was like, I'm changing it to this beat right here, because it's just like and then the beat sounds like more so like you're in a dreamy type of atmosphere, like I don't know. It's like it's soothing, but then it's like super vibey at the same time.
Yeah. I feel like the visual matches really well too.
Oh, thank you.
That vibe.
Thank you. I feel like that's super important. We see a lot of visuals that don't match.
Yeah, that's true. Do you have any videographers that you haven't worked with that you would want to in the future?
I want to work with this videographer from the Bay named Adrian Purr. He works with like a lot of Bay Area artists like Pilo, E40. I actually saw him in Gypsies one day in Berkeley and froze up and got starstruck. And I was just like, and then thought about it. I was like, if I was him, I wouldn't be bothered. I wouldn't want to be bothered too because I'm going out with my girlfriend and get pasta. And I was like, so I tweeted it. And he's like, hey, if you ever see me again, don't be afraid to say hi. Walk up to me, talk to me, everything. I was just like, but you chilling with your girl. If I was with my girl, I know I wouldn't want to be interrupted. Like,
it's cool that he like tweeted you back though.
Yeah, it's cool. He let me know like what was up. But that was one of the moments. And then somebody I worked with but haven't worked with in the last couple of years is Momo from the Vigilante Films Collective. He like shoot for people like Eloise Gino, Neff, Coney as of recently. Like he's a really good person, a really dope like person when it comes to videos and stuff. And so he had me on the top of Mount Diablo one time shooting a video. Oh. It was super dangerous. I don't know why we did that.
Was the visual good though? Did you get the shot?
No, the visual was dope. We saw a coyote going up, so I was just like, bro, if we get attacked by a coyote, get bitten by a rattlesnake, this is all on you. Like
it just adds to the story. It's fine.
It's gonna say at the end of this video, yeah, he's been bit by a snake or something. Wild, but yeah, working with him on my dog's visual was pretty dope. So. And then he taught me like a lesson about business. Like make sure like if you have something to pay it all up front pretty much. Like he gave me that lesson. So shout out to Momo, shout out to Vigilante Films. And then maybe Cole Bennett too. Like he super legendary, but you got to get to like a certain status. But knowing him though, cause he showed love off the rip. If he likes it enough, he'll definitely shoot for you. So. But I just like his style too, cause it's kind of like off the wall and everything, and he's kind of like the father of like this generation of videographers. I feel like he's inspired tons of people to do videos.
That's cool. Speak it into existence.
Oh yeah,
you might watch this.
Definitely. I feel like I spoke this into existence. It's funny because I thought about it. I was just like thinking before Julian had called me or even reached out. I was like thinking to myself, like, bro, I want to do an interview and do a performance. And then I thought about it like 2 days ago, and I was like, oh shit, I manifested this a little bit because he randomly hit me. He's like, hey, bro, you want to come on to my show? I'm like, you been watching me this whole time? Like, we ain't spoke or anything. I don't know if I seen him like the post or not, because a lot of people like you know, he gets flooded with likes and stuff. So it's just like I don't pay attention that much. And then I'm like, oh, you've been watching everything I've been doing. I'm like, oh, okay, like cool, like yeah, like it's something I couldn't turn down because it was like a new experience, and this is like a whole new platform for local artists to do and showcase and have like their fans and new fans get to know them. So
for sure, yeah, we're all very excited about this. When do you like to perform live to smaller audiences, local audiences? Do you prefer more like visual performance? What do you? What
it
hits
doesn't really
home
matter,
more?
really. Like I think intimate performances is like it gets me the most. So I don't really trip off of it, but big, small, like a crowd is a crowd. I feel like. I mean, if they don't like you, then that's a whole nother story. If you get booed off stage, then that's a whole nother story. I don't know what you're doing, like, but yeah, I feel like whether it's big or small, intimate, super turn, like it's cool. Like to me, like this, oh, I already been there, like, and then that. So it's just like it's cool. Like I don't mind it.
Yeah, well, we're all definitely looking forward to hearing you perform later. Are there any like artists that you feel inspire you? Any songs out right now that are kind of, you know, getting the creative juices flowing?
Are there any songs?
You're like,
I'm trying to think because I listen to a ton of people. Shoot. I mean, I've been playing his song back to back, Drippy song, Asparagus, and then his song 25 Lighters, and my friend Sav's song. What's it called? It's called, I think, it has numbers on it. I just don't remember it because it has numbers on it, but she's like really getting like deep into like her personal life, and because usually she talks like a whole lot of slew of shit, but she's being vulnerable on her tracks. So it's just like I think each time she does that, I think it's called Letter from Blue. Like so, yeah. I think that song gets me like pretty inspired. Whoa, chill out. You wake up around this time? Nah, and then her Amani song that she has, like it's not out yet. It's not out,
unreleased.
But it got stuck in my head, and I called her. I was like, "Hey, send me your song." And then so she was just like, "All right, bet." And I was like, because I was telling her, I was like, "There's this one part that's stuck in my head," and then I kept singing it, and then like every now and then when I catch myself singing it, I'm like, "Damn, bro, I want to write like this."
That's cool. I love that you put on for your team and like
yeah.
you support the people in your circle. That's
important. Of course. I feel like that's vital. Like that's really super important because if you just come up here looking like, I mean, it's okay because I feel like when it's somebody's time to shine, they shine how they want to. Like you can't really knock them for that. But I feel like to highlight people that inspire you or that you've been around like lately is like a super important thing. Like she knows all my songs. It's pretty crazy. I didn't know she knows all my songs.
That's good. That's very cool. So, you know, just kind of like a different question to mix it up. Okay. So do you have like a spirit animal or like an animal that you think relates to you? Or your favorite animal and why? No wrong answers.
You know what? They already know. I'm going to say some off the wall shit.
Let's hear it.
I was going to say, sometimes I feel like Ryan Reynolds is my spirit animal.
Ryan Reynolds? Okay, I need to hear more. I don't even, does that count?
I think it's just the sarcasm that he hands out and that he dishes out with everybody. Like, even if you see him on the street, he doesn't want to be bothered. So I'll be like, that's me. Like, that is me. Like, seeing him in different movies, he's not playing a character. He's playing Ryan Reynolds. Himself. So it's like each time. So I feel like, yeah. But animal-wise, I don't know. Maybe a wolf, because sometimes they be alone. They be with a pack. It's like 50-50.
Do you consider yourself like a lone wolf? Because you've been talking about like
oh no,
your,
I mean
your
no,
crew
I mean I
and
consider myself in
everything,
a wolf pack. Like,
okay.
not in a pack. I mean, at first I felt like a lone wolf, but that'd be like weird to make a song called Lone Wolf and got all these people in the background. That'd be crazy. That'd be like how those people be like, I don't trust niggas, and then they got like 100 people in the back. It's like, why are you with them if you don't trust them? Like, I don't get that contradictions. But yeah, that I think a wolf or Ryan Reynolds would be like the two to describe.
Ryan Reynolds is a first. I've never heard somebody say that when choosing an animal, but I'm here for it. True and genuine to you, so that's what's up. All right. I kind of wanted to ask, because you said you were from Vallejo, but you live out here now. How has the transition been? Did you feel like it wasn't that different? Did you have a hard time here out first, getting your footing?
And I ain't gonna lie, it felt like a vacation. Like, cause the first time I stayed out here for a month, and cause my other car had broke down, and then the girl I was dating at the time was like, come up here with me, and I'm like, you want me to come with you? And then so I ended up being up there for like a month, and then it's just like enjoying like the joy of not knowing anybody here, like. And not running into people that I don't want to see, don't want to be bothered with.
Yes.
You know how it is. Like when you see people from high school that didn't talk to you, they want to talk to you. It's like, why are you talking to me? It's like, I'm not rude, but it's just like, you never talked to me before. Like, it's just weird. But yeah, it's just like enjoying that isolation, but it felt like really, really peaceful. And then it was just different because like being from Vallejo, and then I'm gonna start with Vallejo first, but being from Vallejo, like in that area of the Crest, there's like family on every corner, on my mom's side and on my dad's side. So everywhere I go, I can possibly be on somebody's street or be at their house. Like, so it was just easier to like just see everybody and run into everybody. But Fairfield is where all my friends live, so it's just like leaving there, those two places, and then coming up here and then being isolated, kind of. It was just like a different thing. It was just like, it was cool. I think now, since I've been here for a year, I be over it since I don't have a car right now. So it's just like, I'm like, bro, I feel so isolated. And I see everybody having fun, and I be like, I feel like that Squidward picture when everybody's having fun. And then I'll be like, damn, bro, but I gotta go do this and do that, so I don't really be tripping off of it. But it's different though. Like, I think since I moved out here, I've been more focused with stuff. Because when I was out in Vallejo and Fairfield, I'd be super distracted by tons of stuff that I didn't need to be distracted by in the first place. So that was the thing that got me. But yeah, it's a different feel. And then discovering the art scene out here was mind blowing. I was like, I think the first person I discovered besides Mozzie was Nate Curry. And I was just like mind blown. I was like, wait, he came from where? I was like, Sac? Like, hold on. Like, and then I started going to like a rabbit hole of different Sac artists like over the couple months. And then I was like, okay, like I was like, okay, Sac has a whole bunch of talent. I'm gonna get to know these people eventually. But let me get my stuff in order first. But yeah, it's a dope scene. I feel like Sac is mad underrated, like, and underappreciated. Cause people from out the opposite end, like the Bay, they think like, man, Sac, like, why do you want to go out there, bro? Like, it's dry. Like, bro, you can rent out bikes and ride around the city. You can like go to the drive-in, like you know, you can do a whole bunch of stuff. Go skating. Like, I don't know that many places like in the Bay that I don't know of that has like a roller skating rink, like
I don't
stuff
think there
like
is
that.
any.
Like, you know, like there's tons of bowling alleys, but no roller skating rinks. So it's just like there's tons of stuff to do out here.
Can we catch you at the roller skating rink? You like to skate?
I'm gonna try one day. I'm gonna try. You might catch me biking on a jump bike around downtown or something. Okay. On a rare occasion.
Outside of music, what do you like to do for fun?
Outside of music, I'm not gonna lie. I have this guilty pleasure of cooking.
Cooking.
Yeah, I think cooking is like something that like is semi-therapeutic. Like, I like it. Like, and then like once you get done and you make like a fire meal, you be like, that came from me. Like dang, bro, I should do this more. Like, I should make a career out of this. But then I'm like, nah, this is gonna be just for me. Like,
yeah, it's important to have stuff.
It feels more rewarding.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing to cook?
Mm, I think homemade chili.
Ooh, that sounds really good.
The only problem is I don't know how to make cornbread, so don't judge me. I know I'm black.
It's never too late to learn. That could be your next
but homemade
project.
chili is like one of my favorites. And then I don't know what else I like to make. That's not the only thing I can make. But yeah. Oh, there was this one time I made pound cake French toast. It was fire.
Ooh, that sounds
Super
good.
fire. Super fire.
Wow. Sounds fancy too.
You said what?
Have you tasted cooking before? Do you cook for her?
Yeah. Oh, answer the question. I know he's here. He can come. He's grown. He can walk himself in here. Hey, man. Oh, you can come sit down right here.
Do you have an album that you have on repeat right now?
An album?
Or an album that maybe is set to come out that you're looking forward to?
I don't even pay attention to those. That's crazy
No?
you're asking me this. Now I gotta think. There was The Boy who just recently dropped an album called House Arrest. I'm kind of stuck on that when I want to hear like somebody like really rap and talk some shit. And then I think I go to his song called Detroit Flow, which like it sounds like a rude awakening, like just like the instrumental and how everything like connects. I'm just like, bro, it's like you was ready, like you slapped somebody to wake up or something. Like, yeah, that's one of the albums I've been going back to. And then I'm kind of over CLB right now. I was listening to that for like 2 months straight, but I was like, I'm not getting anything out of it. It's not drinking enough, like, you know. So, but there is the album that I do constantly go back for inspiration though is one of his albums. I think it's Nothing Was the Same. I think that's a masterpiece. Even though people pick Take Care over that, but I'm just like, but that's a masterpiece. What are you guys talking about? But and then another album, probably be like All the Father Figures by Rex Life Raj.
Nice.
Yeah, all three of those, and then his EPs on the side too. That guy's super talented. Yep.
All right, I like it. Let's talk like dreams for a second.
Mm-hmm.
If you could put yourself somewhere in 5 years with your music, what would that look like? Like, what would you want to accomplish? Where would you want to be?
I mean, I would put myself.
Dream big.
I would put myself in a really big loft with a nice view over the city. I have a bunch of art hanging up in my house, plants. Might even have a cat or a dog. I don't know. And then just financially free enough to go do wherever I want to do, and like go wherever I want to go, and just as long as I'm creating and holding up to like my end on the quality that I want to have for my music and making myself feel like fulfilled. And then also owning properties and real estate too, aside from music. So, and like touring too. Touring is something I want to do so bad. So hopefully like within these next couple of years, it's gonna happen.
Where would you want like stops on your tour?
Stops.
What locations?
We gotta stop in New York because I definitely want to try chopped cheese other than touring. And then where else? Atlanta. I want to perform in Toronto for some reason. I don't know why, but it's just like this urge. And then like overseas, like London and like Paris and just places like that, like all over the UK pretty much. And it's not performing or touring, but hopefully all that gets me to take a trip to Egypt and Africa too. So, because there's a lot to learn from there. And then, yeah, just as long as we all can freely create and we're financially free enough to create and live off our creations, I'm happy, pretty much.
That does sound like a good dream.
Like, I do want to be big though, but not like uberly super big. Like, I don't mind being behind the scenes and getting writer's credit, and then people find out like, oh shit, like he put out music, like let me follow him, like, because I just discovered there's another artist that does that, like the intro of No Guidance, like it's actually another artist's song, but he has credits for that. Like, I want to be that guy because they're so low key, but they're living a life pretty much, so they're really doing it. But yeah, that's where I see myself in 5 years.
So you write music for other people too?
I want to. Like, cause sometimes I'm so greedy with songs though. That's the only thing. I need to break that. Like, I feel like once, like, I could have sold better alone or like had somebody else record it, but then I was like, nah, I want to record it. Like, I want this to be my song. Like, cause my engineer was like, bro, you can get this to like somebody like one of those in like a camp like OVO or something like that. He's like, you just gotta figure out the connects, and I was just like, I can, or I can just take it for myself.
Or I can do it myself.
Yeah, I can take it myself and then just use it because it's my song. And then I was like, if it gets to a certain point, then it's just like I can sell it off still, like because Drake did that with Forever. I think not Forever, but For Your Type. He sold it to Jamie Foxx and gave it to Jamie Foxx.
Okay.
And then he was still on the song as a rap verse, but he was originally singing that whole version. I'm also a big Drake fan.
I was gonna ask, is Drake like one of your like not necessarily inspirations, but somebody that you look up to in music?
Yeah, I feel like he did me how he did Soulja Boy. Like, cause all right, so basically I'm gonna start with this story. So my mom used to play a lot of Mary J. Blige and neo soul, so I would hear like Erica and like. Who else? And Mary J. Blige, like, sing and rap. And I was like, okay. I was like, I want to sing and rap, too. Like, there ain't no guy singing and rapping. And then here come this nigga just want to sing and rap. And I'm like, I feel like Soulja Boy was like, he stole my flow. My whole fucking flow. Like, he really took my whole flow. But nah, he inspires me big time. I think what he did was make it okay for me to be more vulnerable. And just tell my feelings pretty much instead of trying to be, like, all masculine. And trying to be tough, because he never really claimed to be a tough guy. He might claim that the other people around him are tough guys, but he's still just like Loverboy Drake pretty much. So yeah.
Vulnerability seems like it's something that's important to you. Can you kind of talk about that? Talk about why?
I feel like if I'm not vulnerable, then I'm lying to myself. Like, I'm putting up a shield, and I don't want to necessarily put up a shield, but I don't always want to give like all of me pretty much, like too much to where you don't have nothing else to say and nothing else to give. So it's just like I like being vulnerable on songs and like fragments. Like there might be a song about this, might be a song about that, might be a song about like, you know, something else that made me feel really vulnerable. So it's just like it's just different pretty much like on each song, you know. So because I tried the whole thing with not rapping about stuff that I wasn't into, and it don't work. Like it don't. Like I have a bunch of friends that make music, but they make like street music. But it's just like I be trying to. I don't stress it, but I'm like, bro, how would a song for me and you even come out? Like because we are two different entities. Like we're two different energies, and then like I got into a balance now to where like I figured out that bridge. But it's a matter of a thing like who to put on the song really. But it's like to find like that balance is like a dope thing too, and it shows me like progression and like okay, I'm moving up in the world with like my craft. But beforehand it was so tough because it's just like I couldn't find any way to bridge me and any of my friends or my cousins like musically. But it's like now I figured it out.
How did you figure it out?
Just like, you know, just make a song where you can just talk some shit, but also try to make it like an alternative to where like they can still vibe to it and get on it. I mean, I feel like you can really rap on anything if you put your mind on it or sing to anything, but it's like people have like a certain preference in a certain box they're in that they want to stay in pretty much because it's part of their niche. But yeah, so, and I feel like versatility is an important thing besides vulnerability. The double V's.
I like that, versatility and vulnerability. Do you think there's a message in your music to inspire other people to be vulnerable, or do you more so just kind of speak for yourself in your music?
It's like a little bit of both. I more so speak for myself and who connects with it, pretty much. I don't try to give it like that big of an expectation, but I feel like the only message that you can get from it is just be yourself at all times. Don't try to be like anybody else. Don't try to follow a crowd. Don't try to like follow this person. Like be yourself, and the people that's meant to be around and love you while you're yourself are gonna be there, regardless. And then more are gonna hurdle around you and love you too for you. So that's probably like the only thing I take from it.
It's a big lesson to learn, and everybody kind of learns that at their own pace or their own time. Do you feel like you learned that recently, or that was something that you learned when you were younger, something you've always known?
I think it's subconsciously always been with me, because I noticed like when I would be myself, I wouldn't get into no trouble or anything. But the moment I try to follow somebody and do something, I'm in trouble. So that was the thing that caught me like off regard. Like I would see like a whole bunch of little other kids like when I was younger acting tough, and I'm just like, you don't gotta be tough, just be you, bro. We think you're cool already. Like you don't gotta do all that. Like, you know. So because I remember in the line from the song called Ameliorate from my project, I had said, y'all can be the toughest. I'm good with just being myself, pretty much. Like, because it's true. Like, I'm fine with just being myself. Yeah, I can have the whole macho exterior and overly, like, aggressive exterior. Like, I'd rather just be cool, like, relaxed, nonchalant, low-key me, and just minding my business for the most part. But, yeah, that's pretty much it.
I like that. It's good. And, you know, even if it's not your intention for other people to be inspired by that, I'm sure, you know, when you shine the light you're supposed to, other people notice. So.
Oh, yeah. When you light a trail, people will follow.
For sure. Do you have any new projects that we can, you know, anticipate and kind of keep an eye out for? Or a single? I mean, you mentioned a visual that you're going to be working on.
Yeah.
What else you got in the works that we can?
So it's a field trip visual, and then I got to figure out a visual for the song Feel No Way. And then there's a song called Abstract Feelings. I got to figure out like how I want that to be set up too. But those songs not even done. Like my process after recording the songs is so slow because I'll really stack up on songs and I'll pick which one I want to finish out like months later to almost a year later and be like, okay, it's time to put this out. So I want to go work on this, take this out, add this, try this with this, and like just experiment around with it before we fully complete it. So, yeah.
Well, we'll all be keeping an eye out for you. Is there any questions from the audience that want to be asked? Anything you guys are interested to know? I mean, I know some of you guys are already intimate and friends, but any questions? I'll come to you next.
What is the one movie from your childhood that freaks you out today?
The one movie?
The one movie from your childhood.
That's a good one.
It was a Wes Craven movie with like this little black boy and the dude that played the mom's boyfriend from Baby Boy. You know what I'm talking about? And it's like the people under. I think it's called The People Under the Stairs. Yeah, that movie creeped me the fuck out. Cause I never want to go into an abandoned house or a house that looked creepy and just walk in there. It's like no sir, I'm off that. Freddy Krueger used to creep me out, but then I kind of got over it. I was like, you're not scary. I think it might be Jeepers Creepers a little bit.
Oh yeah,
just a tad bit.
I feel you on that.
Cause he doesn't have an origin story. Like nobody knows. Like even the writer doesn't even fully know. Like they don't know if he's an alien or a demon. Like it's once you look deeper into it, it's kind of like okay, so he just here, just chilling on Earth, just taking body parts every 27 years. But yeah, it's pretty many concept when you look into it.
Good question.
Any other questions?
Yeah, I got one for you, bro. So it seems like your process is like not rushed at all, like super calculated. You take your time with it. And I feel like right now in Sacramento, a lot of it's like short attention span, where people are like trying to push music out, maybe not going back and getting the final mix, or maybe not taking the time doing the reshoot with the video, like we were talking about earlier. And so I just want to ask like how you find comfort, or like where you find comfort in knowing that you can take your time in your process, still release it, and know your folks are gonna back you up tightly.
Man, bro, it's more so like I got into a habit of not teasing the video, like not posting a clip of it, like while shooting it, because I feel like people pay attention to that. Then when you drop it, they're not gonna pay attention. So it's like the best thing to do is just drop it then and there, because he taught me that. Drip, he taught me that.
Like a final completion form, however long that takes, and then you.
Yeah, then just drop the clip on IG, and then because people are gonna pay attention to that first rather than just. Because they're already going to go to the link in your bio. Then when you put it out, say if you like preview it like 2 days before and you put it out 2 days later, not that many people, like just as a local artist, aren't going to pay attention to that. And it's just like kind of, yeah, it's kind of like, damn, bro, like y'all not fucking with it no more. Like I just put it out like y'all wanted it. Like, yeah, but it's because they're like, okay, it's old now. But it's like, I just put this out. What the fuck you mean it's old? But How I find comfort into just like with taking my time with stuff. As of recent, it's just more so taking myself out of my ego, because I'm a like, because basically like I can get impatient sometimes with myself. Like I don't show it, but just like on a mental thought process, like I might be like, you know how like you talk to your conscience and your conscience talks back. It's more so like it's like this constant like conflict. Like bro, like we need to hurry up and do this. It's like no, we don't. Like we need to chill, bro. Like you just need to relax. So it's like more so taking my ego out of everything and just knowing that like everything has to have a preparation process and has to be like finalized and like set in order, because I think just having everything organized and like managed and time managed is something I've been trying to work on like a whole lot more lately. So is that's really what it is. And then just not, because I had experiences where I put out stuff that wasn't mixed all the way, and it don't get me wrong, the songs were good to the standard, to a decency. Like I don't listen to them no more, but whenever they pop up, I'm like, dang, I should have done this, but should have mixed it down, should have got it mastered. But it's more so like a lesson. But it's like I used to rush stuff, like didn't care, and then it's like now I'm kind of like, okay, I recorded all these songs, like 10 songs, 20 songs, so it's like now I gotta pick which one I want to mix down and master, or just like edit and tweak a little bit, because I feel like it's important just not to rush yourself. Like if you go at a certain pace, like Godspeed to you, because it's just like I can't go at that certain pace, like go super fast. But it's like I'd rather just take my time, because I take it back to when I used to draw. Like even when I used to draw, I didn't used to draw fast. I used to take my time with like whatever it was, whether if it was like trying to draw like the features of the face, or like just like how I want them to be structured body wise, or like, you know, just like the clothes on the person. So it was just like that's what I take it back to, and I think that's where that patience kind of like fall back on. So I don't know. I just feel like everything is like super fast paced, and like you said, short attention span. Like it makes it weird, because no songs have like the longevity like that old songs used to have. Like I think about it, like when we didn't have social media. Like I didn't know like Jay-Z hits lasted for like 2 to 3 years before he even dropped another album. Like people were just thriving off of that and didn't mind it. But it's like nowadays, like you drop an album for like a month, and it's just like it's gone. People's on to the next thing. Like it don't last. But TikTok is like another realm where it lasts for like a month because it's a trend, and it might be like a challenge that's attached to your song or something like that. So I don't know, man. It's just like I'd rather just take my time. What'd you say?
I appreciate your words. What's happening?
No problem.
Yes.
So I see that you're wearing all black, and then the only color that you have on is purple. That purple pin is on your pin.
Oh, it's my cousins. Yeah, from they had passed away like a couple of years ago. So I usually take it everywhere with me because it's usually in my car. But I was like, oh, let me just grab it and put it on my vest, because I don't wear it on my clothing normally. But since my car doesn't work, so it's not with me all the time. So I'm just like, I'm gonna just start taking it with me everywhere. Like if I have like a show or like studio or time or something. But yeah, they passed away like 2 years ago due to like a domestic violence situation. So yeah, it's always a reminder to keep going, because I be feeling like quitting a lot of times. Like not a lot of the times, but just every once in a while you get into like that frustration mode, like you wouldn't just quit on everything. And it's like you kind of gotta think like, what would they do? How would they push themselves? How would they push you if you talk to them about it? Like that's what I do sometimes.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Any more questions? Hey.
So what color would you describe your music?
What I describe what?
What color would you describe your music?
Black. No, I'm just joking.
It could be multiple colors.
I like that
And
question.
colors? I think like a little hint of orange, a little hint of black, purple. Sometimes red. I think when it's like an aggressive song, I think red. And then
White, orange, and purple.
Orange. I think orange is like a color I connect with, because I used to have an orange beanie. Like that I used to take everywhere, wear it all the time, 24/7. Didn't take it off. And then like, you know, it divorced me. I don't know where it is now. It probably got like a new owner. So yeah, it's been a rough beanie breakup. So it's just like I got this black one. I don't know. Maybe I might pull a Kanye and say I want my beanie back, but it's not gonna come back. And because God said it. Okay, let me stop joking. But yeah, I think it's I don't know. Purple is like, for some reason I feel like purple has like this loving type of aura to it to me, like a calming type of aura, like, and it's like majestic in a way. And then orange is like, it's like happy. In my opinion, like I feel like orange is like happy and nonchalant. Like you're calm, like you're good, like you're in a good space. I don't know what it actually means, like on the spectrum, like the definition, but to me, that's my definition of those colors. And then red is just like, it's usually related to love, but I relate more so like when you're angry and like you're tense and you're frustrated with stuff.
And how does that like reflect in your music?
Oh, like the red part? It reflects a lot in this one song called Lately. I was mad. I was pissed with life. So, and then, like, in another, what song was it? It was in another song too, but I forgot what song it was. But yeah, it just reflects sometimes when I'm like really like trying to like have like an aggressive like feel to certain songs and just displaying like raw emotion. So that's what it is to me. And then black is just me, like pretty much. Like I always wear color black. Like normally I'll be dressed down in all black, but I was like, let me just switch it up.
Like,
just
let me put some blue
one time
jeans
this
on
day.
today.
Let me put some actual jeans on. So
I love it. Did you have a question?
Yeah. All right. So coming from Vallejo, how did you adjust to like the Sacramento lifestyle? Do you feel like it helps you grow as an artist?
I mean, bro, I feel like I'm still out there in these streets. Nah, I'm just playing. I think what it is not just being away from family, and because sometimes, like, you know, like when we was in Vallejo, I could easily go to my uncle's house, both of my uncle's house, and sit down and have an hour, like long, even like 2 hour long conversation with them about everything about like their life, because it's just like nicking and picking at them about their life on a daily basis, and like I'll hear and figure out more stuff about them, and then it creates more inspiration for me and like my writing process as an artist. But now it's just more so like I'm not around family and I'm not close to friends. I'm more so sitting with myself, so I'm more so learning stuff about myself. So I think what Sacramento has done, I think it matured me in a way, like because I felt like living in Fairfield, when I was living in Fairfield, I was arrogant to a degree. And then I think just moving back to Vallejo, it was humbling, but then it was more so like I was pissed with everything. Like the energy was different because like you'll see a lot of people like you'll see like the person you seen when you were 6 at the liquor store is still at the liquor store now. Like we can literally drive there now and there'll be somebody we've seen since we were 6 years old there. And then I think what that ensued on me and implemented was like it had me have like an anxiety attack because I was scared because I was like, oh, I'm back out here, I'm gonna be stuck, I'm gonna live out here forever like these people, like, you know. I was like, I can't be like that. And then before Sacramento, I went to my dad's house in Rio Vista, so it was just like just to be tucked off for a little bit. And then I went and experienced Sacramento for like 1 month, and it kind of just like changed everything. And then like from that, like a year later, moving out here, it's just more so I get to sit with myself. If I'm not super busy, I get to really sit with myself. I think if I'm not moving around or if I'm not helping like my sister and my family out with favors, I like to be alone and like to sit with myself and like to go jogging, go for a walk, and go like biking or something, and really try to like either sometimes listen to like audiobooks. Like I think the book I was listening to was 48 Laws of Power. And then I think it's Russ's book, the singer. It's All in Your Head, I think.
I didn't know you had a book.
Yeah, that's like one of my favorite books too. I got like a lot of gems from that one too. And then I was gonna buy Will Smith book, but I keep seeing stuff posted from it and keep being like, I don't think I want to read it right now. but yeah, it's just like stuff like that. But yeah, I think moving out here really made me like grow into like my own person a little bit more than what I was already. Cause I was always me, but I feel like on just like an adult and a mature standpoint, even though I have my times where I feel like dang, like I'm by myself. Like, you know, I'm up here with family, like, but I'm also still feeling like a little bit alone because I ain't got my friends out here, and then like I don't like to drag people all the way out here from like the Bay.
It ain't that far.
It's not that far, but but Bay Area people think that it's that far though. Like
yeah, they do,
like,
they
bro,
do, but it really ain't.
Bro, that's dumb far. Like it's not. You just don't drive as far as you want to.
Yeah, I feel that for sure.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
I got a question.
Yeah.
What's your question, G?
Mostly all your other visuals and videos is like kind of laid back and like more of a melodic feel with leaves and things like that. But you said for your new video, field trips.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you thinking about making it more of like a chaotic video when like more rowdy and things like that to be more related to the things which you're saying?
Yeah.
In the song?
Nah, that's definitely the idea. Cause I want.
Even the song is hella different. I really like that song, but Matador is my favorite song.
Oh yeah, that's you know what? Field trip. We definitely gonna make it a chaotic vibe, and I think it kind of like go into what I see from retrospect and from like my point of view, just like growing up and how I see it on an artistic level, like because it's just like I said, there's like a lot of chaotic things that happen, and I feel like even like just to be like seeing fraudulent stuff, that's still chaotic, like because it's still not like in a balance of like what it is and what it isn't. It's like in between, like trying to be what it isn't, but they know it's what they're not really. So it's just like with that, and then like just more so in the balance of like just to do something different, because I wasn't gonna do a video to it, but then like Zilla right there insisted. He's like, I want to do this one, and I was like, let's do it, because I'm always open to new ideas, and that's the thing that's different with me. Like I like to try new things, and if they got any suggestions, I'm fully open to it, no matter how crazy it might sound. We not jumping off bridges yet. We don't got the type of budget, but I went back and listened to Matador, and dang, my only regret with that one is that I wish we could have shot the full song in its entirety, like with my friend. With my friend, no, because the tape version, like the version of my project, it's like 4 minutes. It's like 2 minutes longer, but it has my friend's guest verse on it. His name is House. He's gonna be performing with me too, but yeah, so it, and then like to listen to it like fully mixed and mastered, I was like, this song kind of aged like well. I was like, I kind of like it. I was like, I don't know if it's too late to shoot a video for it, like the full video, but yeah.
I'll be ready to watch it.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate you. That's real love right there.
Yes.
Any more questions? You got a question?
All right, you guys.
I don't got no question.
Well, we appreciate the questions that were offered today, and we appreciate you taking the time to come out and sit with me and,
No problem.
you know, get to know each other a little bit better. It's been really interesting to hear.
Oh, no, it's been dope conversing with you and chopping it up.
Yeah, well, we're very excited to see your performance. We're going to transition here and start setting up for that.
Okay.
But thank you for joining us this week, and we're excited to listen to
No
you.
problem. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh,
Share
you
the
can find
socials.
me on nothing at all. I'm not on anything. I'm super low key. Tomorrow I won't even exist. But nah. You can find me on all platforms. Like, not all platforms, but on.
What's your IG?
I'm super bad with this, but my IG is Rasel, RASEL, 37_. And you can find me on Twitter with the same @name. And then if you're looking for me on YouTube, that might be complicated, but
Search a single.
oh yeah, you can just type in Rasel period, either Matador or Out of Reach, and then I'll just pop up, and then you can go from my catalog from there.
That's what's up. Thank you.
Facts. Hell yeah. All right. For the adults, can I say the phrase? Okay. Can I get a hell yeah? Hell yeah. Okay. I'm Rasel. This is House. We're gonna be performing Matador. the full version, just because there's a short version. I don't like the short version. It didn't really hold up good quality. Short version is dope. No, it's not good quality. But yeah, so I'm about to bring it to my realm, my world of sadness. No, I'm not really sad. As I can see, I'm making jokes. I'm fine. But they're like, this is a cry for help. He's lying. But yeah, we about to perform Matador. It's sorry?
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I should make like a cute word or something like that. Pineapples.
What song is that? It's not a safe word.
This is your song at some point. Come on, man.
Phone again.
Turn me up, boss. Turn me up.
On my phone again.
I hate breaks, cause breaks or breakups. Leave me alone, or girl, you be straight up. Cleared our foundation, yeah. Now we can't make up. I'm putting a shield, shooting my heart, cover my face, I'm masking my scars. Memories haunting me, memories haunting me. Stains of your sins, in my sheets, always your face that I do see as I close my eyes. Yeah, yeah. As I go to sleep. Yeah, yeah. My little week now is following week. I gave you a call, taking up your arm. I'll be playing safe. You don't even want to. I'm telling you, play my emotions. I am not the one you should toy with. Baby, I'm a matador. All your bullshit is avoiding. Telling me, call me when you need me. Got the nerve to ask about girls I am seeing. Girls I am. Said you're with me till the end. Your means led us to an end. Told me as a friend, hey, kick me down when I was down. Yeah, you tried to stun me. Left me by my lonely. I can't wait to go on you. Cause you shitted on me. So you feeling your feels, you feeling some way. You know what they say. The good ones go the wrong way. Matador, I'm dodging your bullshit, babe. Matador, I'm not the one to fool with. Matador, I'm dodging your bullshit, hey. Matador, I'm dodging your bullshit, yeah. Your bullshit, your bullshit.
Someone just like,
She wanna come and see me. Watch so she can spill on my tea. And we're running out to all your girlfriends. Lovers who are ex and enemy. Yeah, I'm abrupt. I'm past the point of me just giving up. Realize that your lies are just the ways you say. Unplug the system of games you play. So chill. I don't wanna hear anything about how you feel. Break it all down to some other clown. Let's be real. You should've known how this would end. Don't you dare call my phone again. Don't you dare. You should've known how this would. You should've known how this would. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. I didn't change my address, so now I'm off her address. She's mad that I can manage, since now we have no status. Yeah, you left me scarred. I put armor on this heart. Didn't think I'd call your bluff, but you know I'll pull that card now. Matador, dodging your bullshit, dodging that bullshit. I wanna fool with. Wait and tell some other clown about that shit. Oh, fire. Oh, no.
Rasel, tell me.
And we not ones to fool with. Matador.
Hey, dodging your bullshit, dodging your bullshit. I need like an encore. Y'all some more. Ready to set. Matador, I'm dodging your bullshit.
Yeah.
Hey, Matador.
Say that.
Hey,
I'm dodging your bullshit.
hey, okay.
That was fun.
Thank you.
Good work.
I appreciate y'all.
That was dope. All right. See you later. Rock that shit.
I'm carrying all this pain. Searching for some clarity. Talking to the universe for better days ahead of me. I became a renegade. I made my reckoning. You can have it all. Still on everything. Back in my zone. Arrogant areas, they not with it, I still forget it. I connect to disconnected. Oh no, for a couple of days. Words, I didn't have when I say I'm okay. Really, I'm back in my head again, smoking and drinking to cover the deepest wounds. Pain suppressing emotion with substitute medicine. Far from the needed remedies. Anxiety make it hard to be at ease. Rather be numb than a feel a thing. Wall scratch down my own things. I overthink. Cause I overthink. Don't wanna feel a thing, rather Novocaine. 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 Hey, look, Novocaine. Novocaine. Look. Hey, forever out and out, still the oddest of my peers. Over these years, learn everybody ain't for you. Breakdowns or breakthroughs. Sometimes you win, you gotta lose. Hey, as you grow, bridges tend to burn, continue to build. Too many people just claiming they real. When shit get real, they think what they smell, yeah. But they'll be gone when you got nothing. They'll be back when you got something. Yeah, that's the way it goes. Everybody love you when you want. Everybody love you when you die. Like we're living, who really checked in, who really visit. Real love, fake love, I feel the difference. Hey, I feel no way, feel no way. I can't complain. I feel no way, Novocaine. That was new. That was called Feel No Way. I messed up in the first part. Oh, good though. We still turning up. We're still moving. We doing it. Slide. California, maybe some. Okay, yeah. There is no more Art Speakers. Black Venus. I used to call out. Now I'm the one getting calls now. No, let me go all out. Still breaking my advice. This is in my life. Self-management. I've been on my student time. Days I look in the mirror. Don't ask who am I. Know who I am. Loving who I'm becoming. Rocking out shows. Singing along to my songs. Feeling the next. Looking 9 to 5 on stage where I belong. In front of millions while I'm making millions. Still everybody around me straight. Then I'm really on. Shifting your perspective. And see you as a really young. If you wrong, got it on your own. Off no more. They can benefit. Start doing this. I'm the chosen one like I'm Anakin. Got a dark side for anybody trying to dim my light. Can't shade the nigga, cause I'm still gon' shine. My name gon' be notorious. B.I.G. like Smalls. B.I.G. like Sean. Moving on my own accord. I'm nobody's fucking pawn. And then made myself on my own fucking spawn. Hey, I'm my own fucking spawn. Hey. Good job, Rasel. I used to call now. Now I'm the one getting calls now. No, not if I go all now. Hey, I used to call now. Now I'm the one getting calls now. No, not if I go all now. Good job, Rasel. I could die working late shift. Frustration, depression, I was facing. Fell down bad. I bounce back like a Satan. Don't say shit. See my Pontiac like a spaceship. I shine like sunny days in California. My name gon' spread just like Corona. Ay, my flow sick like the virus. Got my own style, don't need no stylist. Really unexpected, with 2025. Got to run it up like the car is dollars. Ay, I used to call out. Now I'm the one getting calls now. No, not if I go all out, yeah. I used to call out. Now I'm the one getting calls now. No, not if I go all out.
like man heels. Doc Martens. No, they're Doc Martens. Chill out, chill out.
Running shoes.
You so disrespectful.
Call of Duty, right?
Whoa, you said Call of Duty? Alright, this next song is called How to Reach. It's one of my releases out right now. And I come to love the song, honestly. I hate songs when I put them out. That's my problem. If I put it out, you won't catch me listening to it no more. But yeah, we're about to perform that. Chico. Where I'm from, the only promise. Hey, where I'm from, the only look. Where I'm from, the only promise is death. Better value every step, value every breath. Stay close to your words, keep it close to death, cause everything is limited. It all interconnects. I got love everyone, love from the distance. This is far from distant, but if they feel so lame, then assume must get it. I must protect my heart and my energy. You know, self-prioritize. They loaded with some Makas. Still crack a joke with a smile. Now go song on block boy. I'm far from a block boy. On the outside, so you I live alive. Look into my eyes until I died 1,000 times. Took so many losses, turned my losses into lessons. Feel my days are numbered. I've been counting all my blessings. Uncle looked me in the face. Said, boy, stop stressing. God always make a way. No complain, disrespect it, but it's hard to respect it. I'm tired as fuck. I just go on my reflection. Know that everything for sale, not a damn thing for free. Underneath a pale moonlight, boogie with the darkest sides of me. When I started losing family, each time I lost a piece of me. I can't vibe with you niggas, I'm on a different frequency. If I say I love you, don't question on what you mean to me. My life's a cinematic franchise, versus an trilogy. New scenarios and new scenery. Cut a few people off, but it's not what it seems to be. They gon' try to be all that they need from me. They gon' go to hate me with it, and they can't hang with me. I will be the same, even if they just succeed. Hey, it become an issue when you double XL. No more can you cover your sons, but in the prevail. Like the more I bounce back, I'm all in my fails, but I don't owe them none. I see it first like the oldest son. I got thunder like Odin's son. That's Thor, by the way, shout out to Thor, my favorite superhero. That's 3 years, living through my fears. That's the type of shit that make you fearless, make you feel less. Fuck being top G, I'm bound to be God tier. Hey, that's the fourth song. I forgot about the fourth song. We can just play it. I forgot what's the fourth song. Oh, what's my shit? Okay, this is different. It's different now. You know Hey, I'm not on to my fam on, to my friends on. Put them up for shots on their own position. Young black man on a mission. That ain't impossible, maneuver through the obstacles. If you ain't adding value, then you gotta go. Don't need no distractions around me, subtracting. Don't stick with it, I'm out here trying to function. I fuck with good vibes, I don't fuck with that fuck shit. Hey, look, niggas acting for the net. And they reading their scripts, yeah, they follow their roles. Living themselves in the family own way. No whip, but they wrist bust down. Mindset broke down, either way me on. Using, you just want my drown on the scene, out of way. Why be a piece when you can be the whole thing? They focus on the moment, but I'm focused on longevity. When I'm getting gone, I leave my family a legacy. Hey, look, it's so fun, hey. Higher than the conscious rapper go dumb, ayy. On my Bruce Wayne, pulling up in all black, ayy. I've been running plays, feeling like I'm all black. Niggas fake flex on the neck, yeah, that's all cap. What they say in they songs, that it's not facts, ayy. See me moving to a bigger bag, ayy. See me moving up, now these niggas mad, ayy. Now they all mad, all mad, ayy. All mad, all mad, ayy. Now they all mad. They don't wanna see me win, okay. Going like, oh shit, no, not again. Going back to being broke, no, not again. Like I'm trying to sell, not again. How they talk, boy, I'm feeling me as hell. Girl, this they sing, dog, say fake, real. Ain't talking nothing but a bunch of fairy tales. Got a free game from Kuya, I can never fail. Oh shit, with the liquid weed. 4
16 and say big C. Hey, this for fun, hey. How they let the conscious rapper go dumb, hey. On my Bruce Wayne, pulling up in all black, I've been running plays, feeling like I'm all black, Niggas fake flex on the neck, yeah, that's all cap. What they saying, they songs that it's not facts, hey. They see me moving to a bill black, hey. See me moving up, now they think it's mad, hey. Now they all mad, yeah. Now they all mad, yeah. Now they all mad, yeah. All mad, yeah. Now they all mad, yeah. She's singing, all mad. I'm Bruce Wayne, pulling up in all black. I've been running plays, feeling like I'm all black. Niggas fake flex on the neck, yeah, that's all cap. What they say, they songs, not facts.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna get in trouble for that. Guess I'll say that. This is just my experiment, you know. The sound I'm trying to balance in. All this pressure, we unbothered. All this pressure made us diamonds. Check the clarity, yeah, we flawless. In the darkest times, we still shining. Hey, coming from the bottom to the top, we still climbing. From the top, we still climbing. Coming from the bottom to the top, we still climbing. From the top, we still climbing. Coming from the bottom to the top, we still climbing. From the top, we still climbing. Coming from the bottom to the top, we still climbing. Hey, no, I can't hate him. When I throw my double up, only time I lay him. I'm on the freeway on my way to the paper. Keep the dark side on me like Anakin Invader. Bitch, I'm the one and only, ain't no replacements. Come from the land of the champion. Too asthmatic for hoes, but will I chase them? Stop these words, these ain't no basics. How you talking heavy, You a paperweight, you don't go get it, You just paperweight. I was down on my ass, I still made a way. Like Lex, like Flush, I still make a shake. Hey, to elevate, have to separate, okay? I cut the grass and I see the snakes. I seen it all before, okay? But you know it ain't all this pressure. We unbothered, all this pressure made us diamonds. Check the clarity, yeah, we flawless. In the darkest times, we still shining. Coming from the bottom to the top, we still climbing. From the top, we still climbing. Coming from the bottom to the top, we still climbing. From the top, we still climbing. Coming from the bottom to the top, we still climbing. From the top, we still climbing. Coming from the bottom to the top, we still climbing. Hey. Yeah.
That was crazy.
That was definitely pressure. You like that song? You like that song? Yeah. Oh, I promise I wasn't being a in that song. I'm
10 points.
I'm a good citizen. Nah, that's good. What song is next? I forgot my playlist set.
This is abstract children.
We can skip that one. Yeah, we just skipped the abstract show. We could do abstract films.
Yep. Good.
It's hot in here. Yeah, this is me. Baby, I got demons on demons. Yeah, shawty say I'm hesitant. I got signs to me that be devilish. Deep down I'm selfish, tired of being selfish. Helping everybody when it comes to me. They all leave me helpless. Make a good heart turn into cold. Make a good person turn into cold. If Lucy want my soul, it's a hell of a price for it to be so. Pressure on me, baby, I can never fold. My home don't even feel like they home. Trying to pack my bags and then hit the road. Bad situations out of my control, yeah. Back in the city, they been moving slimy, If they catch you slipping, they gon' do you grimy. What's meant for me is meant for me, it always comes back. I trust divine timing. I always lose me, but I always find me. In between the legs, like names with a hyphen. Shawty on me, I love the way she ride it. Friends all in public, but lovers in private. I'm just doing me, insecure niggas don't like it, yeah. That problems, I'm a person.
personal. Y'all got it on the way to grow. That way, had to let it go. That way, had to let it go. Steve Austin with it, I'm a stone cold stunner. Shawty nice with it, she's a bad motherfucker. Custom made 101, can't find another. She's a bad motherfucker. Vibrant vibes in a twine with each other. Do it like no other, cause I'm dealing with a masterpiece. I can tame the tiger, I can really master me. We ain't got no limits, said you need a fix. I still wanna fix me. Hey, this is poetry in motion. I got you on wide open, yeah. Can't get back yet, right? Oh my God. When I'm done, you she's soaking. That was Abstract Feelings. That was me on my baby Brick Finance vibe. Young, but I call it Abstract Feelings because it's all over the place, like one subject to another. So you said what? Hey, hey, yeah. Whoa, hey, yeah. Whoa, hey, yeah. Whoa, hey, I ain't checking on who ain't checking for me. From a small town that had to separate. Where the love is lightweight compared to the hate be heavyweight. Fake niggas, fake hoes, only one place. Smiling in your face, smiling in your face. I guarantee that my muscles not gon' strain. Cause this love that I got, bitch, I got it off the break. Ain't you gon' waste, hey. What that mean? Organic, not forced. Yeah, I still gone, never play no sports. You too broke to afford to learn an album. Use a poor sport, stretch a pig nigga out. That is poor pork, wait. Talking word of mouth, I'd rather get it from the source. Niggas waiting till 30 to hop off a Porsche. They be familiar, like they share the same DNA, they rap familiar. Treat me like a black sheep, out the hurdle rights, unfamiliar. Jumping on them cause the jig is up, all or nothing, ain't no giving up. Niggas huddle in the queue, talk more than Charlamagne cause they envious. Niggas get a gun and never practice shooting. When it's time for uses, that shit jam, I'm playing, leave them stuck in the jam. Mads cause they pump fake, acting what they not, that's how they sit on their fame. Only time that we shit flying by on us when we the finish ready. Keep more followers and leaders for leadership, no need for your demonstrations. Like a bad doctor, I've been losing all my patience. You either go get it yourself or for nothing you'll be waiting. Refund on money, no refund on time wasted. Hey, look, refund on money, no refund on time wasted. And if you waste my time, baby, you gon' have to pay me. Yeah. If you waste my time, you gon' really have to pay me. Hey, my dreams bigger than the stadiums. I'd be really damned if anybody try to play me like the Oracle. I can really tell it all, like the Oracle. I can really tell you that my stage and my horizontal. Hey, shorty think she know me really based off my horoscope. Truth is, honestly, she really don't. But I'm really talking shit, having fun with it. You ain't loving it if you ain't having fun with it. Me and Sav, going into summer with it. No drama, cause I don't mean none of it. When shit get ugly, I choose loyalty, cause I know a snake can still love me. And that was Filter. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Shout out to Mo. Shout out to all you guys that set this up and do this every Sunday. This is really fucking dope. And I think it's a real innovative thing because I never seen anybody do this. So this is definitely one-on-one platform. So shout out to you guys for giving me the opportunity. And shout out to you for taking the risk to give me the opportunity. So I appreciate that. So thank you. And thank everybody that came out today.